Hello! We had some technical difficulties and are re-recording this.
Re-recording this.
Re-recording. Yeah, because the phone messed up and the computer messed up. We wanted to do the usual format, but the computer's like, I'm not having none of that, and then it punched me in the face and I was sad.
It punched you in the face? When?
You weren't there.
Was that when I was getting food in the kitchen?
Yeah. Stupid computer.
But yes, this episode. Sweet Castle.
This episode was so okay. It was okay.
This episode was
It wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination.
No,
it wasn't
not
unenjoyable.
at all. Not at all. The animation was great. It had a good moral to it.
These could be chocolate chips.
Yeah.
Just a lot of good pinky moments.
Hopefully at some point we'll actually have a Facebook page up. Hopefully later.
Soon.
Yeah, hopefully before this is uploaded.
Because I makes the best memes.
Yeah, you need to get to work on that.
Changelings! You'll find out what that means soon. But, this episode, again, was just okay. It's an episode that really had to happen, I feel.
The synopsis was Twilight is upset about the fact that, she lost the library, her home, for the past 4 seasons.
4 years.
Yeah.
And she got a castle.
And she got a castle, which, interestingly enough, is not where the Golden Oaks originally was.
Yeah, I thought that's where it landed.
Same here. But no, it's on, the other side of town. So they managed to get the roots of the Golden Oaks Library.
And hang it.
And, yeah, they turned it into a chandelier for the map room that was revealed in the last episode.
Yeah. Which was interesting.
Yeah.
An interesting design choice. I wouldn't have gone for it myself, but
I like it.
You know, there's worms on tree roots. I don't think they thought of that.
I'm pretty sure they did.
I hope they cleaned it.
I'm pretty sure that Fluttershy could even speak to worms if need be.
Well, worms speak French, so of course she can.
Well, she is kind of seen also just kind of feeding worms to birds in one episode.
Bye-bye, wormy.
Seriously, she does actually feed worms to birds, so does that mean that some insects, she can't communicate with because, well, they're too small?
Well, for the record, worms are not insects.
Whatever.
Worms are annelids.
What are those?
Worms, basically. The worm family.
Nah.
But that's not the point here.
Yeah.
Point is...
You learn something new every day. Annelid.
Yeah. Overall, the episode had some moments, pinky moments mostly. More facial expressions from her.
And her losing the confetti cannons all over the place.
It had one pinky moment that made me cringe a little.
Which one?
The time it got blown up? Oh, wait, that was bad. I'm just glad Twilight wasn't there to hear that. That would have been bad.
Yeah, at least she corrected herself, right away.
That is awesome! I mean, wait, that's terrible!
Exactly.
But yeah, overall, I think that, well, there's one scene I want to bring up. Books. Books!
Yeah, they were bringing about, all the happy memories that they had at Twilight's original home in the library, and they kept bringing up how much she enjoyed her books. To make her feel the most at home, why not just, load that library she talked about in EQG? I highly doubt it was completely filled by just those few that were past those, albeit very tall stacks that were delivered by Celestia, but I highly doubt that filled an entire library in a castle.
That's true, because my castle has a lot of books.
And most likely, she probably read all the books that Celestia gave her in the first place.
Yeah.
She's literally at the point where she didn't want to leave her friend's place because it was too lonely at her home, the castle, at her new home.
I mean, she's got Spike and that stupid owl. She's
got Spike, who's very comfortable there, which... quite interesting.
Because it's like a cave.
Yeah, he actually liked sleeping in the castle because it was wide and cavernous.
Because he's a dragon and dragons live in caves.
Now that's some fridge logic.
I don't know. Oh, yeah! You told me about that the other day.
Uh-huh.
Because I didn't know what it was before that.
Yes. I taught him about tropes.
Tropes. But, yeah, all I can really say about this episode, it was all right. I think if they would have stretched it out and added more events, it might have made a good season premiere. Just for the fact that
I don't think there really is much more they could have added to the story without it being filler.
well, I mean, there's a lot of filler in any without it being Philly.
Yeah, but slice of life filler is totally different from like shonen filler.
Oh, and we're forgetting about the very best part of the episode.
What?
Yeah!
Oh yes! Yes, Bulk Biceps makes a reappearance working in the spa.
And he says more than yeah.
Yeah!
Come on, little dragon! He picks him up with his pecs.
That was just awesome.
I hope we'll see more of him this season. We will. We have to.
I think we're going to see a lot of background ponies because, let's face it, they were building up a whole episode just background.
Kind of like
no
Big Mac's
focus on the main
episode.
6.
Kind of like Big Mac's episode in the comics, though.
Yeah.
Just a lot of the side and background characters showing
Well, that's
up.
why I'm thinking that, and I mentioned this probably in the last vlog, I'm pretty sure I did, of what if the episode that's focusing on background characters is just Spike going around the town.
That would be interesting.
Because most of the stories so far are definitely main 6-centric.
Yeah, all 2 of them.
All 2 of them so far. But yeah, very main 6. Actually, nah. The premiere was was main 6-centric story-wise, but it also involved everyone in that town.
New characters, no established background characters.
Yeah. Outside of, like, quick glimpses.
Starlight
like,
glimpses.
Of, like, Sweetie Belle was a baker.
Sugar Bell.
Sugar Belle.
You
Did I say Sweetie?
did.
Whoops.
Seriously, are they running out of names?
Sugar Belle, Sunset Glimmer,
Starlight Glimmer.
Starlight Glimmer. Good God, this is gonna get confusing.
Starlight Shimmer.
Starlight Shimmer, Sunset Shimmer, Starlight Glimmer, and Twilight Sparkle.
Sunset Shimmer, Starlight Glimmer, Sunset Simmer. Oh, frogs. No. Excuse me.
Starset Glimmer?
Starset Glimmer. Fusion! Ha! Starset Glimmer! Oh, that would be bad. Well, if Starset Glimmer. If Sunlight Shimmer. Let's just skip the whole subject. Back to the episode.
Yes. Before we get on to how confusing these freaking names are, really, DHX, you couldn't come up with better names.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, clearly it has to be like, oh, something having to do with the sky, and then referring to something that shines.
So, like, Starlight Spark. Wait.
Twilight Sparkle.
Shiny Stars! Just call her Shiny Stars. Shining Star! No, that's too much.
Nah.
This isn't on this episode though.
Yeah.
We're on Castle Sweet
But yeah,
Castle.
Starlight Glimmer, Sunset Shimmer, and Twilight Sparkle.
The problem with Starlight Glimmer and Sunset Shimmer is that their names sound similar.
Too similar.
Did I just do? Was that an alliteration?
I think so.
Starlight Shimmer, Sunset Shimmer, and Starlight Simmer have names that are similar.
Shimmer? Okay, let's
give
move on.
I quit. I'm done.
Anyhow, I'm surprised he didn't just walk away from that one.
This episode.
Yeah, clearly, just from having to re-record it and us constantly going back and talking about just the last 2-parter from last week.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's really not much to say. I honestly do like the additions the redecorations they did, minus the first one.
Basically, they just filled it with crap.
They did fill it with crap.
Rainbow Dash is getting even more egocentric.
Oh, they're everyone's trophies. They just have my name permanently etched into them.
Yeah, really. Although the Daring Do posters were nice because we know that what's-her-face,
Yeah,
Starlight
revealed
Sparkle.
that she added those at the,
Okay, good, you didn't hear that. That Twilight Sparkle is a fan of Daring
or
Do.
what? No.
I said Starlight Sparkle.
Oh.
She is a fan of Daring Do. We know that. She's the one who loaned her the books.
And the one who introduced her to the series altogether.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And then you have Rarity, who of course turns the
banquet hall.
The banquet hall into, well, a fancier banquet hall. She decorates the banquet hall, which is definitely up Rarity's alley.
Yeah, Applejack decorates the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Did she?
Pinkie Pie, yeah, she said that.
Pinkie Pie hid confetti cannons everywhere.
Even it's somehow in a cake that she had just made.
I think that was a cannon on her head at that time.
Her head cannon?
Yes. She
These
has a personal
could be
head
chocolate chips. Avoiding the poop joke.
cannon. Yeah. I didn't catch that one, actually.
These could be chocolate chips. If she hadn't followed that up, that would be a poop joke. I mean, come on.
It probably was going to be until they realized what they were writing.
This could be chocolate chips. Nope, add something after it. Add something after it. Or they
Whoa,
could be,
now! Can we add something after this line?
or they could be spicy black beans. Or they could be ghost peppers.
Ugh.
I love ghost peppers.
Ghost peppers aren't
Mostly
black.
watching other people eat
Ghost
them.
peppers aren't black or brown, though.
If you cook them, they are.
Are they?
I don't know. Point being, this episode was okay. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
great.
It wasn't great. It was an okay episode. If you like slice of life, and yeah, I'm definitely a slice of life fan myself.
All I have to say is that I remember when we were watching it.
Yeah, you complain about the songs every single episode.
Well, there's that, but I remember when we were watching it on Netflix, if there was an episode that was just okay or bad, we had another one right after it. Now, that isn't the case, because now I have to wait a whole week to watch another episode.
Yep.
But,
Get used to it.
I feel like...
Yeah, this is his first season as it's going, and even more so, I'm just getting out of work and driving home at the time that the episode's airing. So we have to wait for it to show up on YouTube, which doesn't happen until like 1 in the afternoon.
Hey, I wouldn't have to wait. I could just watch it on TV.
Yeah, you could actually just go ahead and watch it. I could probably do the same thing with the stream of just how many times they rerun it on those.
Yeah.
Albeit this dinosaur probably couldn't handle it too well.
Oh, we didn't mention the hair.
Oh, God! Twilight got a new hairdo.
Didn't last long, thank God.
Amen.
Hey, it wasn't as bad as the hairdo in the season 4 finale.
Yeah.
Would it be a main do?
Yeah.
Or a main style? The point being, it
Still.
looked like something out of an anime, and not in a good way.
Yeah, anime took it over. It was like something from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, we seen that already. It wasn't in the show. It was.
Oh yeah, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Reenacted by ponies.
Yeah, but yeah, this episode,
The blue eyes, white Scootaloo.
I really feel like the opener for the seasons really set how good they're going to be, just from what I've seen so far.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this is not
And
going to
we're
be.
definitely going to see more of that map because they made an emphasis of that room, even more so of putting the root chandelier there.
I like pudding. Anyway,
Anywho,
I just keep coming back to bald biceps. Come on, little dragon!
come on, little dragon! And the wall it crumbled it didn't just crumble as he walked through it. It started crumbling before he walked through it.
Because he's bulk freaking biceps. Or roid rage.
And just the fact that he doesn't even use a door. He doesn't even use the same hole twice.
Yeah. But I really hope we'll see more of the background characters. I want to see...
We're definitely going to see more of the background
Oh
characters.
yeah,
I
the
definitely
100th episode.
Well, even more so. We've seen more of an emphasis on them just from like the 3rd season.
Yeah.
And now we even have not the 3rd season.
What
Well,
season
the
was
3rd
Rainbow
season
Falls?
and the 4th season.
What season was Rainbow Falls?
4th.
That's the one with bald
It was
biceps,
the key
right?
It was Rainbow Dash's key
Yeah.
episode.
When Fluttershy punches him in the face.
P is for Rainbow Dash!
Actually, that begins with an R.
Never mind!
Never mind! But, yeah. I want to see Trixie come up again. I keep saying this, but I want to see it happen. Because she's grown on me a lot. I hated her the first time I saw her.
What if she's performing in Manhattan?
That happened in the comics.
Did it?
Yeah, I think it was Manhattan. Yeah, because something about a diamond. I haven't read it fully yet, but
what if the show just adapted the comic?
If they adapted any comic, if they adapted a comic and it wasn't the Reflections arc, I would just be terribly disappointed.
And it wasn't the Reflections arc?
Yes.
I think the Reflections arc would be its own movie.
Well, yeah. Okay, so I would accept that. I just want to see more, obviously more background characters.
I could definitely see it from, like, say, Zen and the Art of the Gazebo.
Yeah.
Or, heck, just look at the framing device for the whole, what am I thinking here?
Tacos.
No, Cadence and Shining Armor talk in the comics.
Yeah.
The whole framing device is, they're telling the story of how they actually got together.
Yeah.
To Twilight and Company.
Yeah. And I rather enjoyed it because...
that could take place anytime.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to see them just bring into the main TV story.
Yeah, if they bring one comic in, that would just confirm to everyone that that all the comics are canon.
I really do want to see them bring... If they were going to bring one in, obviously, like you said, the Mirror arc would have to be its own self-contained movie. But if they were going to bring one in, I'd like to see the Nightmare Rarity arc get brought in. I thought that was interesting. Because it explains...
Yeah, I was about to say, you just want it for your waifu.
Shut up. No, really though, listen, just hear me out. It explains, and yes, Luna is my favorite character, that's true, but it explains exactly what happened with Nightmare Moon rather than, she became evil and just suddenly turned into a different kind of character and got shot by rainbows and was good again. It says,
rainbows?
No, there was... Yeah, rainbows. And it says that...
What's a rainbow?
It's a rainbow, but brighter. But, it basically says, no, there were other forces at work here. I know there was more to it than this. Because I think even if her and Celestia had some kind of rift between them, I really don't think without some kind of external power she would have turned that badly. Like, even if you look at the comics and the character in the show, she doesn't seem like that kind of character.
Well, gee, just look at the flashback of the Season 4 premiere.
Yeah.
Where clearly she didn't expect whatever was happening to her during the transformation to happen.
And just look at the kind of character she is, just from what we've seen in the show. Have you ever seen any sign of, oh no, I'm better, I should be the one ruling? No. She's not. She doesn't seem like that kind of character, so there has to be something more than just, oh, I'm mad, I'm going to overthrow the princess. Well, there had to be more than that.
No, it wasn't I'm better than, it was nobody appreciates me.
Yeah, and I could see, if you saw how the Nightmare Forces worked in the comics, they got into Rarity's subconscious.
Dude, that's the pilot.
Yeah.
It's explained right off the bat.
That's not what I'm saying, though. What I'm saying is I'm talking still about the Nightmare Forces. And what I'm saying is they did the same to Rarity. They got into her subconscious through some kind of insecurity, and it makes sense because Luna's which for Rarity it was, she's useless to the group. What do they need a fashionista for? Exactly. To Luna, it was nobody appreciates me. To Rarity, it was even the same. Nobody appreciates.
Even though she is the most charismatic person in that entire group.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Most people don't appreciate that.
Yeah, nobody likes the Bard.
I like the Bard.
Well, Pinky's the Bard of the group.
Everybody always appreciates the one who charges in with a big sword or has amazing magical spells, but they never appreciate the one who can talk themselves out of a situation.
Or the healer half the time.
But the healer knows the healer's needed.
The healer knows the healer's needed. And everyone knows for a fact. The only way the healer does their job right is if nobody knows he's doing it at all.
Exactly. And he or she is okay with that, though. Typically, the healer likes to be the one in the background.
He'll only be if you play a healer, no matter what game, you will not be fully acknowledged unless it's A, story needed, if you're playing a tabletop game, or B, you're screwing up. Bad. Like, oh no, Tank's dead, and you're up next.
Your HPS isn't fast enough!
And you're squishy as hell.
Yeah, unless you're a monk, but that's World of Warcraft logic.
Yeah, I played Cleric in Perfect World, and I was probably, like, the squishiest person in my entire game.
Well, that's the idea, you're a healer.
Like, I meant consistently, every single guild that I was in, I was the squishiest of all clerics.
See, when I played
clerics, I was one hell of a healer. One of my heal over time spells, and you were good to go for like the duration of the spell, and me stacking on top of that.
See, I've never played healers. I'm always DPS. Always.
You're always the assassin character?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll play the warrior. I never play the strong character. I like to play the fast, skilled character because, well, that's not who I am in real life, and that's what tabletop games are about.
Yeah.
Is being not yourself.
Gee, do you think they're ever going to roleplay on that map?
I want to see them all playing their D&D. I guess they call it O&O. What was it? Oblets and Ogres or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was Oblets and Ogres.
Here's how I see it coming out. Twilight finds it, wants to try it. Pinky,
well, here's the thing is that Twilight already knows about it. Her brother plays.
Yeah, well, she finds his stuff is what I'm saying. Like, she finds some old book that he had. She finds it, wants to play it. Pinky's like, okay, I'll try anything because it's fun. Applejack's like,
sure, we're gonna have a party. Wait, you're gonna host a party?
Yes!
All right!
We have the party!
She'll just say, I need a party for this game. You're having a game party? Awesome!
What's her face? Rarity would just be the one who plays the character, the pretty Rarity character.
Would totally
Oh, she'd be the rogue.
She'd be a story player.
Exactly.
She is. I do not see Rarity being, well, let's just kill. I see her being more like, let's just kill him and get on with the story, please.
I see Rainbow Dash being the one claiming she doesn't want to play, but really does, just won't admit it, just like with reading.
Yeah.
And who are we missing?
Applejack.
Applejack would probably just bring snacks.
Yeah, she would. She'd totally be the snack bringer. All this stuff that she makes just on a daily basis.
And, you know, they'd be like, are you sure you don't want to play? She'd say no. What if Big Mac came and played?
I could see it. Spike joining in.
Spike, well, of course Spike would join in. He'd be a dragon.
He'd be Dragonkin fighter?
Something like, no, I think, yeah, maybe. I don't know what Spike would play.
I think he would be a Dragonkin fighter because look at his fantasy during Dog and Pony Show.
Oh, yeah. Just do this for me.
Yeah.
What's his name? Mac? Mac would play a smart character. He'd either be like a...
Mac, I could see being sorcerer.
Yeah.
He'd be right there with Twilight on that.
Do you want to cast a spell?
Yeah, Twilight would still play a magic user. Of course, she'd probably play sorceress. Rainbow Dash. Monk?
I see her playing a barbarian for some reason.
That actually fits a lot better.
Yeah.
Rarity, of course, the rogue. Pinky's, of course, a bard.
Yeah, because she'd just be singing the whole time.
When you're right with devastation, there's a simple
why won't she stop singing? That's how they defeat the final boss. Please stop singing! I'll go away! Just go!
Really?
Yes!
Ugly Loki!
And everyone else, I can't believe that worked.
Well, gee, it did.
She got a pretty high charisma roll for that.
Or low in that case.
Yeah. Well, she got it to do what she wanted to. That's what counts.
Yeah, but by annoying it to do so.
Hey, that works sometimes. Look, it worked for Rarity with the Diamond Dogs.
Drew.
This is whining!
What would Applejack play?
If she played? Ranger. We forgot Fluttershy!
Fluttershy would be Druid.
Well, yeah, obviously, but we forgot her.
Yeah.
She'd be the Druid. She'd be friends with the animals.
Okay, Big Mac.
Wizard.
You say Wizard?
He likes to read.
Didn't we already do that?
We did, but we didn't go much into it. And I have to say Wizard because I think he likes to read. In the comics, we see that he likes to read. It doesn't show much of him in the show, but...
Catcher in the Apples.
Exactly. He likes to read. And that's why I think so.
But have you ever read Catcher in the Rye?
Colton Caulfield is a dick.
I couldn't get through the first chapter.
I finished it. I just didn't like the main character.
I couldn't get through the first chapter because I didn't like the main character.
Yeah, you gotta like the characters.
Yeah, that's very important when you're reading when you're viewing any media.
I think that's why people like MLP so much, though, because the characters are like the most likable characters. That's why people love Mass Effect so much, obviously.
Well, on top of it, it's such an interactive thing as well. And
you dropped that.
Yeah. And with MLP, you have the whole fandom to interact with.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, we don't even get that many views on our channel, and yet we're still part of the community.
Yeah. We got to get ourselves more views.
Yeah,
like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Apparently we're at that point now, folks.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe.
Preferably sharing.
I will send you a digital dollar if you share this. You can't buy anything with it, but it's yours.
However that works.
It just does. It just does. It just does. But we're talking about Dungeons and Dragons right now. What were we originally talking about?
Castle Sweet Castle.
Oh, there wasn't enough to say about that, so we
yeah, there really isn't anything.
Stuff.
There really wasn't much to say about this. I mean, the decorations are cool. Their first attempt was an atrocity, and all their bickering was just kind of filler.
So basically what we did was we took a boring episode and did a whole thing on what we see in our heads and our fan headcanons.
Yes, this is more our headcanons than anything.
You should call this Castle Sweet Castle / the headcanon episode.
Isn't that kind of all of ours, though?
Yeah, but this one especially, because we said very little about the episode. Like, very little. Just because there wasn't much to say. It was one of those episodes that had to be there. Because it sets up what's going on in Ponyville.
This one did have to be there. And mainly, as much as I say this episode was meh, this was a necessity.
It had to be there, and
it had to be there. So there had to be an actual on-screen mourning of the loss of the library.
Why didn't she just sleep in the library?
Because look at it.
Yeah, I guess. Why didn't she just make a room that looks just like her house?
There wasn't even a first floor to that thing anymore.
No, I don't mean
they salvaged all that was left to make that chandelier. All that was left of that tree was the roots.
I don't mean the original library. I mean the library at the castle. Why doesn't she set up her room in there so it looks like the library? By all means,
why not figure out a color change spell to, get rid of that gaudy ass fucking blue and purple to actually change it to green?
Blue and purple are better colors than green.
Yeah, but imagine if that tree-looking castle actually was colored like a tree.
Fluttershy is a tree.
No, I'm saying, imagine if it was, crystal, brown and green crystals instead. Making it look more like a tree and giving the old rustic feel to it.
I don't know. I didn't mind the look of it. I'm just saying that...
Yeah, albeit... I don't know. I still have issues with the look of the castle. I'm sure I'm going to get used to it over time, but honestly, I still say that a different color palette would have worked better.
All I'm saying is she could have taken one room of the castle, made it look just like her house, and slept in there and just did everything else the rest of the castle.
Yeah, but how would you do that, trying to make the entire crystal wall thing look like wood?
Magic.
That's some pretty advanced magic.
It's Twilight Sparkle.
And?
She has access to advanced magic.
Yeah, and what if it has to be a consistent spell? As in she has to remain conscious for it. And on top of it, what was bothering her more than anything was the fact that the place was so cavernous that Fluttershy echoed.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Take one room and make it in your living space. That's all I'm saying. And by the way, I don't think if you changed it to look more like that house, I don't think you'd have to keep it up. If it was an illusion, maybe, but it's changing the materials to something else. I don't know magical law, though.
Transfiguration, bear in mind, mentioning just from inspiration manifestation, it took three princesses to convert gold to dirt. Luna, Cadence, and Twilight.
And where was Celestia? Sitting in the castle eating pizza.
Seniority rules.
Pecking order.
Pecking order.
I'm going nowhere. What? Pecking order? Why do you sound like that?
Pecking order.
Pecking order. Why do I see the conversation actually going like that?
You should have worn the banana suit. No, not my moon. Not my moon.
I legit see the conversation going something like, "Why aren't you helping?"
Pecking order.
I got either that
Seniority rules.
Seniority. Well, this is going to be a lot of work, Seniority. Pecking order.
Rheumatism.
I also have to finish this pizza, so,
I also got this bag of bananas that needs to be eaten, and, well, we all know that's not going to be done by itself.
Do you like bananas? We're going!
By the way, Luna, do you like bananas? We're out of here! What about you, Cadence? Come on!
She probably wouldn't even... Would she know about the banana joke?
No.
So it'd just be more like, wait, what? Just let's go!
Yeah, Cadence wouldn't know about the banana joke.
She will banish you to whatever you're aligned with.
Love?
How do you banish someone to love?
Put her in the crystal heart?
Yeah, there you go. Banish her to the crystal heart.
Oh, by all means, she's in the kingdom. She is the crystal heart.
Whoa.
Think of it. She is the crystal princess. They straight out call her that.
Well, that's better than Princess of Love. Crystal Princess at least sounds cool. Well, it really doesn't, but it sounds better than Princess of Love. Through the whole episode of The Royal Wedding, I was singing, "That's the power of love, do-do-do-do," by Huey Lewis.
What, in your head?
In my head, I was singing the Huey Lewis song, "The Power of Love."
Power of love.
Don't take money, don't take fame. Yes, I'm not kidding. Through the whole episode, that was in my head.
Why?
The power of love defeats Chrysalis. The power
That's the power of love.
If that, oh my god.
Dude, why haven't you made that into a vine?
That's happening. Tonight. Just the scene where, like, they send her away, it starts playing, don't take money! Don't. Yes, this is happening.
Alrighty. Well, let's try to wrap this up because we have not spoken about this episode at all outside of saying it's okay. Definitely worth a check out if you like slice of life, and yes, this was mandatory.
Yeah, it had to happen. It was just okay, though.
Yeah, it was just okay. It was an episode that needed to be done, and chances are I have a feeling next episode where the map's going to lead us again.
Where?
Who knows? Maybe it's going to follow Starlight? Yes, Starlight.
Starlight Shimmer. Okay, I did it on purpose that time.
I'm just going to stick to first names alone.
Starset?
No. Starlight, Sunset, and Twilight.
Starset, Sunlight, and Twilight. Wow. I can't mix them all up. Point being, yeah, we didn't have much to say about this episode because it had to be there, but it's going to be one of those episodes when I look back, I'm like, oh, I forgot about that episode.
Yeah. Anyway, we shall talk to you guys later, and we'll definitely have another vlog next week, hopefully not in this format. Again.
Best Princess.